Post Stream Junkies, you're kind of like in your solo career. Found some new artists, John Keith, Foogieraw, Paul Russell, Jet Trouble for a bit. How's the process of discovering and developing these artists? Because now when you look at these artists, they're scaling big numbers. So how is it like discovering all three of these artists? Because that's kind of like what it was when they were kind of like on King Dreams Entertainment.
So Foggy flew out 2016 and spent like a month with us or a couple weeks with us. I remember that. And he was still finishing college. And so then when we were like in Virginia, we'd bring him out and he like, this is on the Soul Rebel tour or the Good Religion tour, we would bring out Foggy and he would kind of do his thing. Jet was around a little bit too. When we would go through Dallas, we'd hang out with Jet. And then John Keith would like pull up. I remember John Keith vividly was at our couple open mics. He was at my Americana listening party. So these guys were kind of around already. John didn't really need much besides just like an audience. Like he just kind of needed to be put in the Christian rap ecosystem, which at the time I was close to Rapzilla, right? I was close to churches. That wasn't very difficult to do. Jet was a curveball because he was wanting to kind of do more pop stuff, and I didn't really know how to package that really well, right? And then Foggy, we never actually did any business together, but me and Foggy have been close for years. We'd collaborate, we'd hang out. Anytime he's in California, he's usually with me. And that was just more like just being a big brother to him. Other guys are part of that, like T-Ross the Giant, Tanner, who passed away recently. I discovered Paul through a song on Jet Trouble's album, and he was in Ithaca at the time, going to Cornell. And I had a show in Toronto, actually. Paul didn't really know if he wanted to do music. Like he went to Cornell University, which is an Ivy League school, to do political science. Like he was thinking about getting into politics. And so he was very sober about doing music, and he was very fun to work with, man. He was easy to work with. He's very talented. Paul comes from like a great family, very stable individual. He wasn't a typical like hyper emotional artist. Like he just kind of would just show up and deliver great records, and super easy to work with, super flexible. And so yeah, man, those are just like the homies. But I think what happened for me was, as YouTube took off for me in 2020, I just had to search my own heart and be like, do I really like having these like personal business relationships? Where I'm like helping people, and the relationship is great initially because I'm investing way more, but once they get popping, I have way less to offer because they're popping, right? But then they still kind of owe me albums or whatever, right? And I'm just like, I don't really like this business model. Like, it's not fun.